Stay right here. One sentence can flip everything you think you know about relationship power, attraction, and love. Miss this, and you miss the truth. Gentlemen, listen closely. I need to admit something. Most men spend their whole lives trying to understand what makes a woman fall apart, cry, obsess, chase, and regret. They buy gifts, send paragraphs, try too hard, waste months of effort. But here's the truth no one ever warned you about. A single sentence from the right man can break every defense she has, faster than another man ever could with months of effort. Women have cheated, obsessed, stalked social media, stared at their phone screens at 2 a.m., and begged just to see a man again. Not because of his looks, not because of his money, but because of the words he spoke. A single phrase, one quiet moment, and suddenly she's restless, awake, wide-eyed at night, replaying it in her head when she's with someone else. Most men talk too much, too eager, too needy, too obvious. That's why women don't crave you. But the man who knows these phrases, he doesn't just talk, he reprograms our mind. He makes us feel exposed, desired, ashamed, and helpless all at once. And here's the part you need to hear. One phrase flips every power game we use on men. Another makes us compete with other women without realizing it. And the one you fear saying the most makes us respect you forever. The final one, it's not even about us, and that's exactly why it drives us insane. I'm a woman. I've felt it. My friends whisper about it. Your girl has probably felt it too. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll know every single one, but especially the one men are terrified to say. That's number 8. And once you speak it into existence, no woman can resist you. Let's begin. Phrase 1, the pause power. I need to be honest with you. Every woman has fallen for a man who barely spoke, quiet, composed, focused. But when he finally opened his mouth, his words landed like thunder. I've been there, sitting across from a man who said almost nothing. No endless flirting, no weak compliments, no performing, just stillness. And then he dropped one sentence, calm, steady, and it shifted my entire body. Here's the truth. Women drown in noise, compliments, cringe jokes, paragraph texts, cheap attention, endless chatter. We expect it, we tune it out. But the man who pauses, who lets silence breathe, who makes us wait for his words, that man becomes rare. And when he finally speaks, it hits harder. His words cut deeper, they travel further, they echo at night. Why? Because scarcity creates value. If you throw words around, we stop listening. But if you ration them, drop them only when you mean them, we crave them like oxygen. Your silence builds tension. Your pause makes us lean in. Your timing makes our stomach flip. And when you finally speak, we believe you. The phrase, I don't chase what isn't mine. Do you know how brutal that is for a woman to hear? It stabs the ego, it shakes the frame, it forces self-reflection. Suddenly, we're not relaxed anymore, we're insecure, we're craving. We start thinking, wait, am I his? Why doesn't he chase? How do I get his attention? Remember this, the man who can walk away is the man she desperately wants to follow. If this already has you thinking, comment your thoughts below and keep watching to the end. The next parts go even deeper. Phrase 2, the frame flip. I need to confess something ugly about women. We test men, we push buttons, we stir drama, we withdraw, we provoke, we go cold, we create confusion, all to see if you'll break, and almost every man does. He explains, he defends, he apologizes, he tries harder, and the moment he does, his frame is gone, his power gone, our attraction dies. But the man who flips it, who refuses to dance, who doesn't get emotional, that man makes us weak. I've tested men before, pulled away, went distant, used small manipulations. It's like poking a cage to see if the lion roars. But one man looked me directly in the eyes, calm, unbothered, and said, "That doesn't work on me." Do you know what that did to me? My stomach dropped, my heart raced, my ego cracked. Suddenly, I wasn't testing him, I was being tested. I felt exposed, my tricks were useless, my weapons were dull, and the worst part? I wanted him more because he was untouchable. Psychologically, this is ruthless. The moment your emotions become unmovable, you separate yourself from 99% of men. You stop being her toy, you become her challenge. Challenges trigger obsession, and once a woman feels challenged, she chases. The phrase, "that doesn't work on me." No arguing, no emotion, no explanation, just a line in stone. Power shifts, control flips, attraction spikes. And if you think this makes us spiral, phrase number 3 doesn't just stop the games, it makes us panic. I'll admit something most women would rather die not to confess. Nothing makes a woman panic more than when a man we expect to chase us suddenly doesn't. I've done the tests before, ignored texts, delayed replies, disappeared for hours, waited for the anxiety, expected a double text or a frantic call asking what's wrong. And usually that's exactly what we get, because most men panic when faced with distance. Their mind spirals. Did she lose interest? Is she mad? What did I do wrong? But once, a man did something I wasn't ready for. When I pulled back, he leaned back too. No chasing, no pressure, no fear, just calm, rooted confidence. He looked at me steadily and said, "I think you need space. I'll let you take it." Do you know what that did? My stomach dropped. My mind spiked. My control collapsed. Because suddenly, the power I thought I had was gone. He wasn't chasing. He wasn't begging. He wasn't trying to convince me. He was letting me go. And that terrified me. Because deep down, women know a brutal truth. The man who is willing to lose us is the man we cannot afford to lose. Psychology doesn't lie. Detachment equals value. When you show you're not afraid to walk away, she sees something rare. You're the prize. You're not locked in. You're not starving for affection. Women sense that energy like fire. And suddenly, we start chasing. We analyze. We obsess. We spiral. We check your social media. We stalk your Instagram stories. We wonder who took our place. And we hate that we care. The phrase, "I think you need space. I'll let you take it." It sounds gentle, but underneath it screams, you're not in control. You're not the prize. You're not irreplaceable. It flips the entire dynamic. And when women feel that shift, we scramble to fix it. But if you think that one hurts, phrase number 4 doesn't just shift the dynamic. It attacks the ego, the heart, and the subconscious all at once. Phrase 4. Desire without dependence. I need to confess something awkward, something millions of women in the US whisper about in private. We don't want men who don't want us, but we also don't obsess over men who need us. The truth is brutal. The man who can show desire without dependence is the man that haunts us. I remember sitting across from a man I found attractive, expecting the usual routine: flattery, validation, soft compliments, performative interest. But instead, he leaned back, quiet confidence flowing from his posture, and said, "I want you, but I don't need you." My body reacted before my brain could catch up, pulse rising, breath shallow, skin flushed. Why? Because in that moment, I realized something terrifying. He wanted me, but he could walk away. Men who need us are predictable, disposable, forgettable. But men who want us without needing us, they become an obsession. Our ego kicks in. Our pride burns. We start thinking, why doesn't he need me? Am I not enough? What does he have going on without me? And suddenly, we chase. Because desire without dependence signals something: strength, abundance, options. It tells us you're not starving for feminine attention. And do you know what US women find most attractive today? a man who is unavailable to manipulation. The phrase, "I want you, but I don't need you," that single line is psychological warfare. It signals you have standards, you have abundance, you have self-worth, you can walk away. It creates paradoxical tension. We want to be chosen, but we want to earn that choice. Women lose sleep over men like that, because if you don't need us, we'll work twice as hard to make sure you want us. Pause here. If this is already hitting, comment what you think below and keep watching to the end. The next phrase changes everything. Phrase 5, the scarcity trigger. I'll admit something cruel that women deny in public, especially in Western culture. We do not value what comes easy. If you pour attention non-stop, validate constantly, reply instantly, we get bored, we become cold, we start to wander. It's not because women are evil, it's because human psychology rewards scarcity. I remember one man. He was charming, composed, not flashy, but his energy was addictive. One night, after teasing him about not texting back, half joking, half testing, he just smirked and said, "My attention isn't free. You have to earn it." Do you know what that did to me? My pride exploded, my ego burned, but my desire, it skyrocketed. Suddenly, I wanted to win, to earn, to compete, even against other women. Women hate competition publicly, but we live for it psychologically. Scarcity is primal. Limited supply creates obsession. Men who flood attention lose value. Men who ration attention, they become priceless. Your attention becomes a trophy, and we will do anything to claim it. The phrase, "My attention isn't free, you have to earn it," it's sharp, it's unfair, and it works, because it shifts the dynamic entirely. You are not trying to win her, she must win you. And once a woman feels she might lose, she invests more, she tries harder, she chases. But if you think that makes us crazy, phrase number 6 doesn't just make us compete, it makes us submit. Phrase 6, the throne line. I need to admit something that makes women furious, but addicted. We want to believe we're the prize, that you're chasing us, that we're the ones being chosen. It feeds our ego, it validates our desirability, it reinforces our control. But the men who flip it, the men who make us feel like we're the ones competing, those are the men we lose our minds over. I remember once telling a man I had options. It was manipulation, a test disguised as a joke. I expected him to argue, reassure, panic, prove his worth. Most men do, but instead he leaned back, arms relaxed, eyes steady, and said, "I don't compete for women. Women compete for me." Do you know what that did to me?
My entire frame collapsed. My bluff broke. The power I thought I had was gone. Suddenly, I wasn't the judge. I was the contestant. And that drove me insane. Because every woman secretly wants to be the one who wins the man every other woman wanted. Most men, when they hear a woman brag about options, crumble instantly. They argue, they beg, they negotiate, they oversell themselves. But the man who refuses to compete, he forces a psychological hierarchy. I am not fighting for you, you're fighting for me. And that hierarchy is deadly to our pride. Women start spiraling. Why isn't he threatened? Did he replace me already? Who else wants him? Do other women see value in him? And then something strange happens in our nervous system. We chase, we step up, we prove ourselves, because now your attention feels like a trophy. The phrase, "I don't compete for women, women compete for me," is arrogant, ruthless, petty, beautiful, and it works because it flips the unconscious frame. You are the throne. But if you think that was savage, phrase number 7 doesn't just flip power, it forces respect instantly. Phrase 7, the boundary sentence. I need to confess something women hate admitting, especially American women raised on empowerment culture. We push boundaries on purpose. We cancel plans last minute. We poke insecurities. We throw small disrespect. We test patience. Not because we enjoy it, but because we want to see where the line is. Most men have no line. They tolerate everything. They excuse the behavior. They apologize for our disrespect. And the moment they do, respect evaporates. Attraction dies. Curiosity ends. Because if you can't stand up to us, how can you stand up to the world? But the man with unshakable boundaries, the man who shows disrespect ends the game, that man terrifies us and makes us obsessed. I remember testing a man, cold, dismissive, careless, deliberately short responses. I expected him to chase harder, to earn softness from me. Instead, he looked at me, expression neutral, and said, "Disrespect me once, I'm gone." My entire body froze because I knew he meant it. No argument, no explanation, no emotional begging, just gone. And here's a brutal truth. Women respect consequences more than explanations. Let me repeat that. Women respect consequences more than explanations. The psychology is savage. When you show a woman you are willing to walk away instantly, you become unforgettable. Because deep down, every woman craves a man whose self-respect is stronger than his desire for her. When a man's fear of losing a woman is greater than his fear of losing himself, she loses interest. But when a man's fear of losing himself is greater than losing her, she falls. The phrase, "disrespect me once, I'm gone," draws a line in stone. It separates the men we play with from the men we fear losing. Fear is the root of obsession. But if you think that was the peak, phrase number 8 is the one men are terrified to say, because it doesn't just scare women, it breaks their illusion of control forever. Phrase 8, the fear line. Let me tell you a truth most women will never admit publicly. The man who terrifies us most isn't the one who yells, isn't the one who cheats, isn't even the one who goes cold. It's the man who can look us in the eye and calmly say, "I'd rather be alone than with the wrong woman." I'll never forget the first time I heard it. I was testing him, pulling back, acting cold, waiting for him to prove himself. Instead of chasing, instead of explaining, instead of folding, he smiled faintly and said, "I'd rather be alone than with the wrong woman." My heart sank. My pride cracked, because in that moment, he wasn't afraid of me. He was rejecting me with a standard, and nothing makes a woman spiral harder than the thought, maybe I'm not good enough for him. The psychology is vicious. Most men are terrified of loneliness. They tolerate anything just to keep us. But when a man makes it clear he'd rather walk alone, our entire game collapses. We stop trying to control you because you don't need us. We start chasing approval because we want to be the exception. This phrase communicates standards, self-worth, independence, and emotional strength. And here's the secret fear women carry. We want a man who can stand alone, because if he can stand alone, he can choose us authentically. The phrase, "I'd rather be alone than with the wrong woman," is quiet, calm, and lethal. It makes us realize something terrifying. You don't need us. You don't even need women. You need yourself. And once a woman sees that level of independence, she will do anything to be the one you choose. But if you think that cut deep, phrase number 9 doesn't just attack the ego, it attacks the mind. Phrase 9, the emotional mirror. I need to confess something cruel and very real. Women love to twist emotions. We cry when it's convenient. We sulk when it gives us leverage. We go quiet when we want power. We play cold when we want to punish. And here's the tragic part. Most men fall for it instantly. They rush to comfort. They explain themselves. They apologize. They try to make us feel better. They try to fix the storm, not realizing it was never real. And in that moment, they own us. Why? Because the moment we control your emotions, we control you. But the man who doesn't absorb that energy, the man who doesn't apologize when nothing wrong was done, the man who mirrors instead of reacting, that man is dangerous. I once snapped at a man, sharp, defensive, intentionally cold, expecting softness on demand. Instead, he looked at me with a calm half smile and said, "You feel cornered right now, don't you?" Do you know what that did? My act collapsed because he wasn't fighting my emotion, he was exposing it. He showed me something terrifying. He saw through the mask, straight into the fear underneath. I suddenly felt naked, vulnerable, powerless. The psychology is ruthless. When you mirror a woman's emotions instead of absorbing them, you rob her of her weapon. Most tantrums, silent treatments, and guilt trips are performances. A mirror turns a performance into self-reflection. Now pause, comment your thoughts and opinions below. Watch this video to the very end for the final insight, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this with someone who needs to understand dark relationship psychology, attraction, and love.
When a woman feels truly seen like that, she can't forget you. She replays the moment in quiet silence at night. She hates that you saw the truth. She fears your perception because your clarity becomes her mirror. And the phrase, "You feel cornered right now, don't you?" doesn't argue, doesn't defend, doesn't beg. It reflects. It makes her question herself instead of you. That's why it's lethal. It shifts the emotional burden back onto her shoulders. It turns her weapon inward. But if you think that's dangerous, phrase number 10 doesn't just expose emotions, it punishes arrogance, quietly. Phrase 10, the return test killer. Let me confess one of the darkest female games. When we pull away, go cold, get distant, ghost you, we almost always come back. But here's what you don't know. When we return, we expect to walk back in like royalty. We expect you to welcome us instantly. We expect sympathy. We expect validation. We expect your relief. And most men fail this test instantly. They open the door wide. They reward disrespect. They hand over control. But the man who doesn't break, the man who doesn't roll out the red carpet, the man who calmly looks us in the eyes and says, "You don't get to come back the same way you left." Do you know how devastating that is? My stomach dropped the first time I heard it, because suddenly my return wasn't a victory, it was a trial. Instead of being rewarded for leaving, I had to earn my place again. The psychology is brutal. Women crave consistency, but we crave hierarchy more. We want to know whether we're moving up or falling down the ladder. If you let us leave and return freely, we assume we've risen above you. But when you make it clear that every exit has consequences, the dynamic flips. We chase harder. We fear losing rank. We prove loyalty. That phrase tells us respect is not free. Attention is not guaranteed. Your presence is not permanent. The line, "You don't get to come back the same way you left," destroys our illusion of control. It creates accountability, and accountability creates respect. But if you think that's crushing pride, phrase number 11 doesn't crush ego, it crushes silence. Phrase 11, the silence anchor. I need to confess something that makes women lose their minds. We rely on explanations. We bait you into arguments. We guilt trip. We demand closure. We fish for insecurity. Not because we want answers, but because every sentence you explain feeds our control. The more you explain, the more invested you are. The more emotional you become, the more we know we own you. But the man who refuses to explain, the man whose words are final, the man who sets his reality and walks away, that man terrifies us. I'll never forget the time I pushed a man for answers again and again. I expected just one more explanation. Instead, he stared at me calmly and said, "I don't explain myself twice." My chest tightened because I realized something terrifying. If I missed it the first time, that was on me. He wasn't going to chase my understanding. He wasn't going to fight for my interpretation. He wasn't going to repeat himself. He was moving forward, with or without me. The psychology is vicious. Women demand explanations, not to understand, but to dominate, to keep you spinning, to keep you emotional, to keep you reacting. But when you refuse to repeat yourself,
our entire strategy collapses. We go silent, we overthink, we obsess. We replay your words at night over and over. Why did he say it like that? What did he mean? Is he leaving? Is he done with me? The less you explain, the more she chases clarity. The phrase, "I don't explain myself twice," is dismissive, infuriating, and unforgettable, because it proves something primal. Your frame is unshakable, and we're the ones scrambling for answers. But if you think that makes us spiral, phrase number 11 isn't about emotions, it's about legacy, and that's why it's lethal. Phrase 12, the legacy line. I need to tell you something women secretly hate admitting. The men we can't stop thinking about are never the ones who orbit around us. They are the ones who orbit around themselves. The men who speak about their mission, their vision, their discipline, their future, their kingdom. Those are the men who haunt us longest. Why? Because women crave meaning, and the man rooted in purpose, not people, is impossible to manipulate. I'll never forget the man who shattered me with one line. We were arguing. I was pushing, blaming, demanding emotional reassurance. I wanted to know how much I mattered. I wanted him to prove it. He leaned back, eyes tired, voice calm, and said, "With or without you, I win." Do you know how devastating that was to my ego? My chest went hollow, my pride evaporated. In one moment, I realized something devastating. He wasn't orbiting me, he was orbiting his destiny.
And if I stayed, so be it. If I left, he would still rise anyway. The psychology here is brutal. Women want to feel valued, but we obsess over the men who don't require us to be. A man who puts his mission first activates something primal. If I want access to his world, I have to earn it. When you speak like that, your life becomes larger than romance. You're not her story. She is a single chapter in yours. The phrase, "with or without you, I win," communicates you're self-sufficient. You refuse to collapse. You're becoming something powerful. Women cling to legacy. We attach to momentum. We obsess over men who are going somewhere meaningful, because deep down, we want to be taken along for the ride. But if you think that frightens us, phrase 13 isn't just about ego or loss, it's about regret. Phrase 13, the forever replay line. I need to confess something women almost never say aloud. The men we regret the most are never the ones who chased, they're never the ones who begged, they're never the ones who folded. The men we regret forever are the ones who warned us what would happen, and then demonstrated it. I'll never forget the line. We were arguing, tension intense. I thought I had him emotionally trapped. I pulled back, played cold, acted like I wouldn't care if he left. Instead of chasing, he delivered a sentence like a knife. "You'll miss me before I miss you." It hit like a punch because I knew deep in the core it was true, and once he said it, I couldn't erase it. Days passed, weeks passed, and slowly the realization crept in. I did miss him. He didn't miss me. He never came back. He never folded. He never texted. And that's the wound that never closed. Psychology is savage. Women can walk away from men who collapse without us, but we can never forget the man who thrives independently. That man becomes a shadow, a ghost memory, a late-night thought, a silent comparison, a lifelong regret. Even when she chooses wrong, even when she pretends she's happy, you remain the quiet voice in the back of her mind. He was the last real one. The phrase, "you'll miss me before I miss you," is final, cold, unforgettable, because it forces her to visualize a world without you, and that fear becomes permanent. And that's why no woman can resist the man who speaks like this. Your words don't just hurt in the moment, they leave scars we trace in silence. You become the lesson, the ghost, the standard. And now we end this chapter. I need to tell you the truth. These 13 phrases aren't magic tricks, they're reflections of something deeper, your frame. Because here's what women never admit. We don't surrender to men because of looks, money, charm, compliments. We surrender because of authority, boundaries, scarcity, legacy, self-respect. Every phrase you heard has the same root. You don't beg, you don't fold, you don't explain twice, you don't chase, you are the prize. And when a man speaks from that place, he becomes unforgettable. I've seen women cheat on men who gave them everything, only to cry years later over the one man who walked away without looking back. I've seen women ignore the men who blow up their phones while obsessing over the man who stayed silent. I've seen women lose sleep over a man who spoke 5 perfect sentences because those words were engraved in stone. The psychology is simple but brutal. Masculine men don't speak for approval, they speak to define reality. And when your words set the frame, women follow. Even when we fight it, even when we deny it, even when we pretend we're in control, we're not. Masculine energy doesn't chase, it attracts. And once a woman feels that, she can't forget it. She can try to replace you, she can lie to herself, she can move on in public, but at night, when it's just her and her thoughts, your words echo like scars she can't erase. If she leaves, she regrets it forever, because she eventually realizes the truth. Men like you don't come back, and no weaker man will ever make her feel the same. You just heard the words women never wanted me to reveal. Now you know how to flip the script and make her chase you. But this is only the beginning. Every day I'm exposing another secret, another weapon, another piece of the female playbook men were never supposed to see. If you don't want to keep guessing, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe right now. Because here's the truth. If you miss even one of these confessions, another man will hear it first. And the woman you're thinking about, she'll start obsessing over him while you're still wondering what went wrong. Don't let that happen. Stay here, learn the secrets, and never forget. Women can resist a lot of things, but a man with an unshakable frame, we never, ever recover from. If this changed the way you see relationships, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, leave a comment with the phrase that hit you the hardest, and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Every video here exposes another layer of psychology most people never see until it's too late. Miss one, and you fall behind. Stay sharp, stay disciplined, stay here, because once you understand the frame, you never lose it again.